So this really continues our lesson 4. Lesson 5, we're going to still be working with some 16th notes, but we're going to add melody. So we're going to start with a tune, and it's a tune that I sang in the last class, Chatter with the Angels. And we're going to start in a key. So we're starting on an F note. Chatter with the angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long. Chatter with the angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long. So we start on F. Mississippi hot dog. So that's chatter with the angels, chatter with the angels. You're going to talk with the angels. Chatter with the angels. Then we have chatter with the angels early in the morning. Early in the morning. So you're going to talk to angels and you're going to do it early in the morning. All right? So we're going to start with our F note. Ready, sing. Chatter with the angels early in the morning. Now listen to how the next phrase is similar but different. Chatter with the angels all night long. So we have our chatter with the angels, but it doesn't stay on F. Whoops, sorry. Goes down. Chatter with the angels all night long. Mi, re, do. Right? We know that mi, re, do. So the whole tune is starting on F. Try it with me. If you don't know the words, it's fine. You can just sing it on La. Ready, go. Chatter with the angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long. Chatter with the angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long. So we sing it 2 times. The other tune that we're going to learn is called Ezekiel Saw the Wheel. Okay? So this is a spiritual, and it sounds like this. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. And we sing that once. So let's think about this. We have a do, a so, do. We got a lot of tunes that start like that. And it has a pickup. That first note comes before the downbeat. And so think of Happy Farmer. We start out with this, right? F major too. So C is our first note, because we're going up to the home bass note. So E, C, E, C. So just try that. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. So Ezekiel saw a wheel way up in the middle of the air. Okay, so let's try that phrase. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Let's try that again. Ready, go. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Now let's listen to the second phrase and see how it's the same or different. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. So really, it's just rhythm that's different, isn't it? We still have the same notes. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. Okay? So let's sing our whole tune here. Ready, go. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. this tune and the one we learned before, Chatter with the Angels, work together. So you can sing Chatter with the Angels twice with one time through with Ezekiel Saw the Wheel. And so this is a really fun and beautiful duet. There's actually a third part to it that we're not doing today that's called There's a Little Wheel a-Turning in My Heart. So, but I think just the two parts is plenty. And we're going to start by singing Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. And then I'm going to sing Chatter with the Angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long. Chatter with the angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long, while you sing Ezekiel. So we've got a duet going. All right? We can't hear each other, or I can't hear you, but you can hear me. So you will hear the duet. So let's sing Ezekiel together first. And then I want you to sing it again, even though I'm going to be singing Chatter with the Angels. That makes sense? So sing Ezekiel twice. Ready? Go. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. Chatter with the angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long. Chatter with the angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. Chatter with the angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long. Chatter with the angels early in the morning, chatter with the angels all night long. So we actually did 4 times through with your Ezekiel, didn't we? Because we repeated the whole thing. Now, one of the things that we're going to listen to today is another of one of the Irish tunes, because I think that one of the things that I benefited from when I started playing things that I wasn't trained to do, and like my Suzuki pieces and the pieces I learned in music school, but started playing in different groups, was the importance of improv. Improvisation's important, and knowing keys and theory is important to be able to do that, and also be able to create sets of music. So you can learn a number of different tunes, and they sometimes really work really well together. And being able to arrange is important too. So that's something that we were just doing. We were taking 2 tunes and we were putting them together. But we could actually present it in a performance by singing Ezekiel by itself, singing Chatter with the Angels by itself, then singing it together as a duet, and maybe ending with one of those by itself, so that we'd have a set of taking those 2 tunes and putting them in different settings. So that's something that I find really kind of fascinating and fun to do. So we're going to look at some of the patterns, melodic patterns that we just did. All right. So before we do that, let's just sing back and forth. So I'm going to sing a pattern, and you just sing it the same way right after me. So I'm going to start here with mi, re, do. Mi, re, do. Do, re, mi. Mi, re, do. And then we had done, this is me, so let's put so up here somewhere. So, mi, la. So, mi, la. do, so, do. Do, so, do. Do, so, do. Do, mi, so. So, mi, do. Do, so, do. All right, those are the patterns we've been doing so far. And I want you to sing them first, but then you can play them on your instrument. And we're going to do a little bit of that next. But first, let's look at them. So, mi, re, do is this first one. Mi, re, do. And I'm actually not singing those notes. Those notes are a little higher. Mi, re, do. And this one is so, so, mi, la. It goes really high. And those are the two that we have explored in previous lessons. So let's do mi, re, do first, starting with mi, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, so, mi, la, mi, so, mi, la, mi, so. So we've done those. Now the next line is the new ones, or are the new ones that we have been doing. The make sure that I'm on pitch. Do, so, do, do, so, do. Like our Happy Farmer example. That's so, do, dum, bum, bum, bum. Okay, so do, so, do. Let's sing it. Ready, go. Do, so, do. And then this one is so, so, mi, do. It's a triad. We haven't used that word, but my piano students learn it pretty early. A triad is made up of skips. We call those skips thirds, which you don't need to understand yet. All you need to know is so, mi, do is something we see a lot, and we hear a lot, and we play a lot. And we'll play those on our instruments too. Is so, mi, do. Let's sing that one. Ready, go. So, mi, do, do, mi, so, mi, do. All right, so we have 4 patterns. And what I would love for you to do is be able to not just recognize them by ear, but to recognize them by sight, and then to use them to create a melody. Now, our home bass note in this case is an F. We call that tonic. Isn't that a funny word for a one note? But it is. It's when you start playing scales, it will be the first note of the scale. I call it the home bass note because that's what it feels like. That all the other notes are away from home, and when you get back to tonic, you're back home, and you feel that. So we've got some home bass notes in these patterns, but not in all of them. Okay, so like mi, re, do, you can hear the coming back home sound. Mi, re, do, right? And then you can hear it with the so, mi, do. We're definitely getting back home there. And then do, so, do. But the so, mi, la does not have that sound to it. It's somewhere off on the rows. It's not at home yet. So I want you to look in your music, whatever music you have at home. It could be a Suzuki book, it could be a traditional book, it could be your orchestra book, it can be anything. But look and see if you recognize some of these patterns, they occur very often in instrumental music. And once you start recognizing those patterns, then you're reading those patterns and not those individual notes, and you know them. So get out your instrument. If you are a pianist, we'll stay in F major because I think that's easier. You could also do this in C major, but we won't encounter any black notes, which is the main thing. So if we're pianists and we want to play mi, re, do, start on A. Try that, starting on A. And then for so, mi, do, we start on middle C. Okay, so experiment with that. And then we're going to start with a 2 on your F note in your left hand. If you're using your right hand, I'd use a 4 on F. And we're going to do F, C, F. That's our do, so, do. So just get used to those patterns. And so, mi, la, we can put that aside for right now. If you did it, you'd start on the so. You'd start on C. So see if you can play that by ear. C. So then you can start stringing those together, right? So I'm going to play, for the pianists, I'm going to play a pattern, and you play it after me. And I'm in F major, right? So I'm going to put my 2 on that F. Okay, how about this one? I'm starting on C now. How about this one? Starting on A now. Now, violinists, I think it's easier to start on an A string, and cellists and violists may want to start on D string. It's entirely up to you, but I think the tonic note, the home bass note, should be an open string note. So that's my only stipulation. So for everybody that's a string player, we'll do it in D major, so that includes all stringed instruments. So let's look at mi, re, do. If D, your open D string, play open D. If open D is your home bass tonic note, then this would be mi, re, do. You'll start on F sharp. Okay, so give that a try. And if we wanted to do so, mi, do, we would start on the next open string up. That would be A. And we can do it the other direction. And let's do do, so, do. You have to go down to G string to play that so. Open D and then down to G string to play A. And if you played so, mi, la in D major, you would start on so, which is your A note. Okay? So all of these patterns are common in folk literature, songs, and then in some of the pieces that we play. So, mi, la does not happen as often in instrumental music, but it does in song literature. but all the others you do encounter a lot. For example, what's this? From May Song. So mi la. So mi do, excuse me. I misspoke. And then this one. If I did it the other direction. So I can't sing it that high. So mi do. So it's a so mi do, right? You've got to try it in that. So you start recognizing those with your ear first, and then you start recognizing them on the page, and that's really great when you can start doing that. One thing that I do with my students, and they actually really enjoy doing it, is once they've memorized these 4 patterns, they put them in different keys. So if you, as a violinist, learned it starting on D string, and open D being your tonic note, then try it starting on open A string, and just transfer it a 5th first, and then you can start doing more with it. But that would be the thing. With pianists, I would start with F major or C major, or G major. So if you did C major, your home bass note is C. Mi, re, do would start on E. So mi, do would start on G. So those are ways that you can start developing a vocabulary for these patterns that you can use. Now, another thing that my students really enjoy is stringing these together so that you can make a tune. So you could do and we're not into harmony yet, but they'll add a harmony to the tune that they come up with. But for right now, just get used to stringing them together and seeing if you can come up with a melody that you like. So now let's do one listening, and this one is also from Red Haired Mary. It's an Irish set, and Calum Krubach, actually that one is I think Scottish, but it's still Celtic. And we're going to listen to the Calum Krubach set. And you will notice that they're different tunes, but they are fitting together really nicely. You will also hear some 16th notes. You will also hear some of the patterns we just listened to. We'll hear some melody and accompaniment. We'll also hear some solo. So you're going to hear different settings of these tunes. All of that I want you to just be aware of, because you'll develop a sense of what you like if you are aware of it. You'll start creating your own music. next tune. Some more instruments added. Third tune. Do you hear the drum? It's called a boran. It's an Irish drum. And then we're back to the second tune. So this is a set. None of these tunes were intended on being put together, but we agreed that they could fit if we put them in the right key and change the tempo in some places and change the accompaniment. Sometimes it's solo, sometimes it's the full group, sometimes it's just a duet. And that's something that the work that we're doing right now will help you be able to do with your friends that play instruments as well. So, thank you.